Hi everyone, how are you today? Been a little bit since I posted anything. Today is actually the Sunday, the 15th of March, 2026. So we're getting everything ready to go for this spring and get the year started again. Right now I'm just sitting here doing the tedious task of putting together medium frames and foundation. I've got all the frames finally built. Now I've got 200 to go today. So we'll get these done. So what we'll do is we're gonna get everything assembled, get the foundation, everything in the frames, and then once everything is in, then I will over here beside me, I've got, well, you can't see it, but I've got some beeswax melting up. My trusty little roller here, so just to give you a quick idea, so I do have some already done. Once the foundation is on, just to get a little bit better coverage over everything, what I do is soak my roller up. Quick shot one way, switch it over to the other side, and just roll the wax on. Gets a nice coverage. You don't need to get the entire thing fully covered. Bees will do that for you, but you get some coverage done, and that will allow the bees a much quicker way to be able to get the foundation all drawn out and ready to go. So instead of having foundation going in and extremely slowing down the bees, so that what they're doing is producing wax while you're getting everything ready. When the nectar is actually flowing, instead, the wax will already be there. They just have to draw it out, which will allow them that much faster to be able to get it into comb, so that you might be able to get that one extra box of honey for a full season. Maybe you can only get an extra 3 or 4 frames, but at least you're getting more than what you would have if the bees had to do everything themselves. When I buy this Canacell foundation, I buy the double wax, so it is already, everything is pre-waxed, but I just add that much extra, and it's their own beeswax is what's going into it, so they'll draw it out that much quicker. As I said, I've missed a couple of weeks of being able to post. Well, as per normal these days, I was down and out a little bit, some medical issues. That's just something I've unfortunately had to become accustomed to, and it's the way things are these days. I'm not going to let it slow me down. I'm not going to let it stop me. It just knocks things back a little bit, away I go again. But main reason for today is, like I say, putting all this together. Figured I'd have a little chat. I've had some people reach out asking me why or how I've gotten into beekeeping, especially with me. There's epinephrine pen. As you may or may not know, I'm actually allergic to, like, deathly allergic to bee stings. It is what it is. I take proper precautions. Yes, I have been stung. Yes, I have had to inject myself and go to the hospital. But what job or activity does not have inherent risks? During the beekeeping season, I wear, when I'm doing any bee work, I do wear a full vented suit. I wear rubber boots. I wear gloves. I take my time, which is the biggest thing. And I understand that when I open up a colony, if that colony is roaring or they're staring right up at me, well, they don't want to be messed with. So that'll tell me whether or not should I smoke them and how heavily should I smoke them. Should I spray them with a little bit of sugar water, whatever. But what got me into it was actually just the pure enjoyment of it. A friend of mine bought a couple of colonies. Guy that used to work for me, or work with me, I should say. He bought some colonies. He'd get into it. I watched them. Looked fun and enjoyable. I researched it. Decided to get into it myself. That was probably about 5-6 years ago. He had the colonies for 1 year, and he get out of it. He's no longer beekeeping, and well, I get into it and grew. Just the opposite. I'd love to say that it's all about, when I first get into it, it was all about the bees pollinating and it's good for the environment and everything else, which it is. But that had nothing to do with me getting into it. I get into it just for the sheer enjoyment of it and because of the fact that I love the taste of honey. I wanted to have my own. So I get into that. Now I am into some pollination on a smaller scale until I can build up more. I do realize a lot more that how much bees help our environment and our food chain, which is a big part of it. Some people say, oh, they must be into it because you're making good money. Well, anybody who is a sideliner beekeeper knows firsthand that the first number of years when you're doing that, you're not into it for the money. You're actually into it for how much it's costing you. Because to build up your colonies and growth, you can grow quite a bit internally through growing your own bees, but you still need queens. And here in Canada, that averages probably about $45 to $55 per mated queen. Even non-mated queens, or I should say queen cells, they'll still cost you in the vicinity of about $25 to $30. We've got a very, very short season. If you are buying nukes or packages, well, they're starting at $200 and up, depending on what you're getting. Woodenware is extremely, extremely expensive in the grand scheme of things when you're buying it in smaller numbers, such as like 50 or less. 100 frames and foundation, so that only takes care of 10 boxes. That can easily, just those alone can easily run approximately $500. So it works out to be about $5 a piece. So the price can be very rather difficult to get started. Of course, once you're up higher, then you can use your honey sales, pollination sales, whatnot to try and help out. But it can be rather cost prohibitive pretty quick for people to get into. But if it's something that you're fully set on and you can work things out financially, then it can be a very, very rewarding hobby / second career down the road. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm on the longer part of my 50s right now. I've 34 years. I've been doing the same job, very happily, I might add, as a commercial diver. But I'm no fool with my health and with the amount of time that I've been doing it. I've only got a few more years left. I'd love to be able to make it till I'm 65. The good Lord will decide whether or not that will happen for me. I don't know. But the chips will fall wherever they fall, and I'll go with that. So, although beekeeping can also be an extremely difficult on one's body, depending on how it's done, it can also be, there's ways around it. So that's basically why I get into it. This is part of my retirement plan. And I don't really want to completely retire. I figure I've got lots still in me. So if I'm going to, then why not do something that makes me happy and that I can enjoy. And besides that, also it keeps me out of my wife's hair. So, but anyway, I just wanted to pop on for a few minutes, give everybody a little bit of a follow-up as to what's been going on. And God willing, I'll keep things going. Hopefully the season's great for everybody. And we'll hope and